Na de abeto dwa nyina ne say eye Okudzeto ablakwa oye den oye minister ohwe foreign affairs issues no on my audit team ebia investigations e Ghana embassy Washington DC ha mete.
Is Okudzeto ablakwa normal? Like honorable minister, with the greatest of respect, are you normal?
American government bit my council be our resident permit to be our embassy. Wow. The new say will be a friend Trump. I can will say now we sit down mission. Next department we have to go and report.
Alright, hi one Ghana TV message or comment about comment section be like no subscribe. Ye nyina ehu bi say honorable Okudzeto ablakwa foreign minister or the abetu dwa say Washington DC embassy wo Ghana embassy wo no shutting down fi say dream die any corruption koso ho a ensem fata. Ne no e na o de betu dwa ne nyina ehu say ansa na o de betu dwa Kevin Taylor raise alarm. Wa raise alarm wo ho a Ghana fo bi nso so raise alarm fa ofre wo mo a say de om gitan wo die sitie say nkoyie ne sa no ma no. After Kevin Taylor ebe kan no na ye hu se Owura Okudzeto ablakwa be postu ye e won social media platforms se ne asisie e wo ho wa shut it down a ye be ko ne yakoti nchirimu no na eno na Farouk Wahab wo ye international relation consultant HSE entwa yie kura se Owura Okudzeto ablakwa de betu dwa amansanten tanso ma obi ehu ye se de ekoso a ensem fata no wa chirem de nti a wo chese ensem fata do onso so bone so nanso so ensem fata se ye Owura Okudzeto ablakwa to the social media platform so sanso na Okatakyie FIFA ese woni Owura Okudzeto ablakwa enya adwen kura ni entie Kevin Taylor before say or prompt foreign minister
from let me tell you the secret ekoso Washington Ghana embassy Washington. Now all the documents Amodeko Ghana embassy Washington no, it is not processed at the embassy. They have outsourced it to people accredited to handle your passport. Me ye show ha Efrem Amibi ebusa ne say den na Ghana embassy e Washington etumi de Ghana for passport e man say ono process passport no visas no na onfamra nipa no ono onfama courier service embra e na say an minua bema e na de Mr. Okudzeto ablakwa baby a crime krono wo pa Ghana embassy Washington DC. If there's a new ambassador coming, at least 90% of the people who work at the embassy, they need to be sacked. You need to bring new people to start working at the embassy, because Ghana embassy Washington DC and in New York it's basically a crime scene. Omojo passport na so wanya lucky or passport sanka. They just take your passport and they give it to people. Sometimes your passport there will be a table, so when you call customer service nobody picks up. When you get to talk to somebody, the way they talk to you, the insult, the disrespect. Mr. Okudzeto ablakwa, this issue should start from Washington DC. The Ghana embassy there, 90% of the people who work at the Ghana embassy in Washington DC and in New York consulate, they have turned the whole place into a racketeering thing, a visa racketeering thing. Ode ubuki kwa, Oko Ghana embassy Washington DC. Amanfo kwa, they have specific people they give their books to. Obi to me the book mobi or se komede bebre wo fie. Obi to me na Texas, ni book to me bedru ho na hira. What I want you to do, Mr. Minister, and with this one, I will personally call you on your phone. I'll give you all the details. What I want you to do, whoever is going to be the ambassador of Washington DC, two things. The embassy building has been destroyed by these people. That building you are sitting in, renovation over 15 years, and your renovation wumda. And we are tayankasa. It is disgusting. The air conditions don't work. Go to their bathrooms at the embassy at time. Secondly, the workforce at the Ghana embassy Washington, 90% you need to sack them. Whoever is going to be the ambassador, and automatic, because whoever becomes the ambassador of Bahano, so when sack about 90% of the people at the embassy, you are going to fail.
And your prompted foreign minister no nhwehwemu ne auditor o chese omo ekoyeye e na o chese owura bia ye frɛ no Mr. Fred Kwatin ono oye IT staff ye recruiting no anase onya adwuma no August 11 2017 na yesa na danko akofo mremu e na onya asa adwuma no na yesa after na danko akofo ewini 2016 August mu 2017 e na Mr. Fred Kwatin enya asa akwanya na obeye adwuma e wo IT department Ghana embassy na omu chiremu Mr. Okatakyie Freddy a create link a amanfo timi apply for passport any or more other documents any visas a chese sa link yi e ono a link a ni company e Ghana Travel Consult e ono a link o gisika fa honum e ma amanfo apply for passport and some documents no information bia e ko honum a ye Owura Okudzeto ablakwa e chese ensem fata etia Ghana mra omo prepare say Mr. Okatakyie omo den beba Ghana na omo prosecute no to afford the asem na ma Attorney General de to so mienu so foreign affairs staff aya omo Washington DC ho no omo nyina yesi omo mra fie omo mra Ghana se de be ya omo be ye nhwehwemu de to so miensa Owura Okudzeto ablakwa e prompting say the IT department ho nyina no dissolve wagu no chese no so ombehwe no maka ho asem na all local recruited staff at the embassy have been suspended na auditor general so you invite no said the be ya obeye hwehwemu no wa hwe say sa fraud ya akoso wo hoi sika san na omonya sika san ne say ye gi free sa ngofo yi ho a omodi dwirim sa na Owura Okudzeto ablakwa chese auditor general ebeye sa so na Ghana embassy e Washington ye ka ho asem ya say ya closing down said the Kevin Taylor ka say o ma ye ho basa no o mo ye reconstruction any overhauling chese system overhauling nti Owura Okudzeto ablakwa chese visa nsem any passport nsem any documentation nsem bia ama obia ho kire ni bia no opo ma chawpa na President John Dramani Mahama aye na adwen say obebo adwuma no no ta na chi eno Owura Okudzeto ablakwa foreign minister Edibai entiene ya Honorable Okudzeto ablakwa foreign minister Edi ababetu dwa se Washington DC embassy no omubebie on the 29th May 2025 2 days ahead omubebie ni nyina ne se omo afa team of seasonal diplomats led by an astute diplomat from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs omo afa team from Ministry of Foreign Affairs and IT team na odissolve ye anase ogun no so omo afa nipa from omo reconfigure website no foforo any payments omo betua ni nyina foforo nti 29th of this month there na say ebe ready no Kevin Taylor ya no responding na entie Kevin Taylor respond after the Washington DC Ghana embassy shutting it down emra yeba na etie Farouk Wahab ene Okatakyie FIFA
na de abeto dwa nyina ne say eye Okudzeto ablakwa oye den oye ambassador no sorry oye minister ohwe foreign affairs issues no on my audit team ebia investigations Ghana embassy Washington DC hamete. Now the result is clear. Yabehu drima ekoso fraud ekoso amanfo data we are handing over to people working at the embassy sebio omuji embassy amanfo passport anam de akoto nkofo fie, people using the embassy to front their own personal business. I am a witness to that. So I sat here and I said I was never going to stop talking about this matter because there are millions of Ghanaians in Ghana. This is a big problem to them, and millions of Ghanaians in America. A big problem. Can you imagine, say, Obuha to West Coast? We are in the East Coast. Flying from DC to California takes you between 5 and 5 hours. And it's Ghana to London. Now, when you make that trip, Ghana embassy go DC to make a child say, I was so free California. Now offer plane. Now oba ebe check it on your passport. Now oba say o results in way nya. You have to do what? You have to go back to California. Do you know what the distance you're talking about? But all these things were happening. So they were frustrating people. They were taking money. And my concern was that there were some people at the embassy. Some had worked there over 17 years, 22 years. What are you doing there? The moment you allow people to work in a particular environment for over 2, 3, 4, 5 years, those people become corruption. They turn into corruption because then they become too comfortable. Then they start to liaise with people outside because now they know the loopholes. And none a see Ghana embassy. Some people made billions out of our ignorance, out of our deliberate action, out of politics at MPPA. They decided to allow some people to run the embassy as their own business. And the minister released a statement to say, after the audit, Omabehu said, Jima Ekos ne bin sida. Intiminoka say, the minister, the instructions the president has given him, and they say, the embassy in Washington, D.C., it should be shut down temporarily. Now, almost looking for the solution to the problem. I told the minister the last time, the solution to this problem is for him to sack 99% of the people there. Or else, the ambassador for Obebano, who I don't know, that ambassador will never succeed. Say, one pamon workers no more. And God being so good, they have listened. So far, from what we know, the embassy has been shut down. The minister is saying, say, Obia Sari apply. They need to check the background of every single person. In fact, Papa no odi anima sa krono no ekoso. Today, the minister is saying, say, they want to transfer his docket to the Attorney General in Ghana for him to face prosecution. Let me tell you, there are so many people and I am also going to tell the Foreign Affairs Minister, if there's any way that people here who are American citizens, Ghana who were involved in this scam or this scandal or this fraud, they should be prosecuted here and they should serve jail time. Mr. Minister, I have a lot of information I want to give you. There are people I can give you their information who were part of this scam. They have been part of this fraud for months and years. So, Mr. Minister, it should not just be that man here who is being taken home to be prosecuted. I am talking about people who also worked at the embassy. Ebimukrampo Akweti Ejumano, and we know their record. They need to stand trial here. They need to be jailed. We are going to give you all the information because, you see, we cannot be paying people here in America in the name of politics in T. Na Obia Betina US Ghana Embassy, DC. Na Odiska. Na Oyeska. Mamika Bincho, the last ambassador, Halima Mahama, and I signed a friend. Halima, I can tell you on authority, that woman cannot even write myself. Do you know that? Nana the Danko Kufuado, ambassador no wa and son of Mufi power no. My friend saying Halima Mahama, and I have friend saying some woman like that. That woman was not even coming to the office. Sometimes she goes to stay in Ghana for like 5 months. Before election 2024, the woman left her post, her position 8 months before election 2024. She left and went to Ghana and left the embassy there just like that. So this is the level of corruption. So we should not play with this.
So this is what Farouk Wahab had to say about this Washington DC shutdown, and then Foreign Minister Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa no post to on the social media platforms.
From diplomatic angle, from where our background, some of us, maybe said before this directive took place, Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa, Okatakyie, on the State Department, U.S. on the State Department, said it's very difficult to make a change from close to that mission because one, the entire gangs, your concurrent missions were abundant. The highest one, the UN Permanent Representative from the Office of the UN Permanent Mission of Ghana, was New York. The second one, the Washington office. Third one, your friend is in Switzerland, in the UK, and I say Abba, Geneva. That is Geneva, okay. And he said, out of corruption. Many corruption involving the ambassador no Wapoye Bibi, ama United States government. I recall and Okatakyie Ghana to one recall and that's what shut down mission. And that's the United States government himself, Ghana embassy, and for that matter, the ambassador who is the head of mission, were conducting his own inappropriately our espionage at our embassy. And I said, there's something that America, Ghana embassy, and undermine the security and to them. Now, woman with Ghana involved, i.e., for instance, America and Russia problem. Only some countries, people are many other days. Maybe a Ghana mission, if you could have 4 officials, Russia officials, this is all. So we have evidence that we close the mission down. In the case of closing the mission down, Ghana and the host nation, in this case, America, and Robert also the coin said, I didn't wait the mission, no closing it down. And I said, Ghana government, they will call our embassy, and I said, put your staff on ice diplomatically. The way a young foreign affairs. And for the matter, sir, a president, the man that authority now, and I said, man that mandate. I find it also difficult because, one, the president should know or he knows to some extent the modalities are a bit more close to a mission like Washington. One, we are Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, and a mission to 12 staff. We are talking about over 120 staff are starting to be corrected between also. And we are all departments, your consular session, your trade missions, trade attaché, your political desk, your a whole lot of departments, No way there. They say IT department, every procedure session, any payment be uncle for the past 5 years. What does it mean, sir? The account directorate or the finance officer our mission when the IT department, what we call it, it is the smallest unit. Every after some 5. You could just plug them out. Because I need the whole consular session. And just only the finance of one. So do a consular session. Everyone may be events. And also what secretariat, your friends, the scholarship secretariat, your consular affairs. We think of panel and financial show you. My dear Holy said, my brother, my friend, Okudzeto said, while we call all of them, you know what the implication is. They do the behind the working permit, and every visa. And to in the State Department and United States of America government, the officials at the height of diplomacy are conducting inappropriately, corruptible, necessary. The Foreign Corrupt Practice Authority, FCPA, American, you can take the matter up. What does it mean? It's matter up. One country be a department the council. Every applicant be a woman working permit. Every mission will be a. When you human cycle will be guilty or finding said. So what you must say the whole mission now calling it down there. What council will be a working permit? What does all this say?
Mira, so the okay me say yeah. Abandon bet to me akaso case what to me close down a whole mission because of corruption be a what there. Not just a 7 more do into sanko for more juma ho nyina no. Momra no mra beni ho ano.
And yes, American government bet my council be a okra resident permit be our embassy.
Wow.
That's what when you say well Ghana embassy staff into working permit to America for you do no Ghana resident permit. Every council be a resident permit because what find them corrupt, and there is a particular institution in US called FCPA, Foreign Corrupt Practice Authority. In the American foreign, they say the visiting diplomats, any consulate officers in meetings or when you say with them.
So what do you think Anka Weno, Anka process Ben Anka was a fast one and come with the solve?
And your process in your one. And that's a local out to mission county. Legislation can you do, and he said the minister has a chief director, our Wahab, and the one head of missions, Washington. I didn't go work them, and I say, I got my uncle and I'm about another team. They only communicate on your tomorrow, and when you said the accountant, and you'll be an active watcher. And you could be active watcher what you bring to the attention of the head of consular. Head of mission, and then for any head of finance. When you come once in here, officer 1, officer 2, these are me, Chairman Leggy. They can't come out. But you pay your money in 5. No plug out. And you have back. Disciplinary action. When you call for 7 beam, what come Papa want to man to the auntie, thank you, any peace. Now, but you say, you will be a friend of Trump. I tell you, say, Take down mission. Not State Department. They have to go and report. No. State Department has to go. UN Secretary of State. And have to bring in Economic press briefing security. Okatakyie Trump said, Ghana mission, only 4 minutes are closing down because only a corrupt.
Wow.
I said that Trump better say. Washington, all of them are criminals. They are thieves. They are suspects. Trump not responding to the call. Now we're closing down. Also, something the U.S. and Castle will be closing down. Say, FBI and them. We're going to be a question.
Wow.
But the meaning is that if the American State Department decides, the negotiations are not working with the area. And some will close it down because you can't close that the mission about host mission in our way. So I can't try to bring him and some will close it down the mission and then if America say or respond to the call, all the mission staffs know now will be a visa America for the mission. When the country members you are, will be training them on arrival. And Timbaban after now a big bang. That's all the year interview. Not the quick the green we are. Why when they take it to the Makoba? Because I'm in Washington, and I recall him now. Ebi okay for the sake of trying to make a human to take it. Let him take it about. Then the banana chance in Kamwa. A public market mean to take it in court. You can say that. Then the whole nation have to buy tickets for the 120 staff. We have where politics meet diplomacy. And when it comes to diplomacy and international relations, you deal with careful approach. And we, some of us have advised, in diplomacy, there is no answer to yes and there's no answer to no. Diplomacy is in the middle. So you keep on the eye in the middle. Instead of now, we're moving through. Now, comforting left, right, center. That is how diplomacy is crafted and drafted and created and operated. And just we get very precious. There's no copy movie. Now, could create a problem until you don't call yourself and for wild mission and go to trouble and other missions. In the show myself, a whole time came Ghana mission because you had a mission will be massive. And that's the very point.
You're right.
You have a mission, because the head of mission can handle this issue. And I reprimand the head of mission because and as his words, also, all I think actually did not present harmony.
Okay.
I think actually, chief director, immigration, your friends, foreign affairs, and that's a foreign affairs chief director, also doing a meeting. Okay. Domestically. The new case, I say, with me, man, but no, you don't put it on air, and your friend is international domain. X platforms in there. Your friend is a news outlet. It doesn't go there. We don't treat it like the matter. There were missions. Kumha. One thing we do, but making my web account is the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Only the ambassador, consular, the ambassador. Obedience in you, now Sabi, and the river Diago. You head of missions, embassies here. Meeting with you. Only your counselor said, only people, only you said, only Prophet Muhammad said, only you part so. If you buy the children, if you buy the 5 years, if you buy the business, if you buy the only on my hand, visa section, in a purple in Coma, and the new people be you. A banner, only the investigators, but the never see the baby. American Fatu Chum officer will go Mako. Find a team once UK. And then you know, embassy, so many interview, almost interview, almost scrutinize the paper. Only only said, we're going to say that question, and we will more question, and then the reason of the to make you Ganka.
Okay.
And not that. Only officers will be at the kitchen plant, at the Yaman, the Bibia, when social study, when the Yamago, no question, the German, the BSC, all the mission. What is that? Embassy Mama said, the officer didn't buy it. The embassy do Kumha, 79 officers, all being by no means. Only a K in Kumha, Emma, a Kuma voice, a Bomoto, Emma, one year, Guman, give visas to me from Bom to no mamma visas. And once and buy it, no one baby. Yet the far councillor to Edwin Kobu, a cognac sentence. If you're 2 years, 3 years, if you're 12, and the crown will be answering crown, you are family near the court. And one so they will draw a free, if you are diplomatic list, we are informing foreign affairs, we are informing Ghana immigration, you are cancelling the visa, you are Mamma Bila to stop him, say, or call him to my husband for a period of 2 years. You are ready to diplomatic request. So try with me, your officer. I want some money, you don't have Mama money to my baby. No more inform Ghana missions abroad. No, give me that. No.
You better Sementina, you are selling church, you be any Besababi. You. Out of 4 way a international relation expert and I'm a consultant, Farouk Wahab, and our day Atuja say, or say, Ura Sabu Kuja Trablaka. Well, grab big time. Say, Wama Asemi Abeda public domain. Ebane Sanwa, America buying, ebe to me a sorry yama, ye mission creono, ye bet me close on down. And ya dear boy, Sankoyan Kukuamwa.
And then Okatakyie FIFA too disagrees with Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa. No crowd or chese Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa sebi na adwen ye adwuma de because on one person o yi nkofo free ho na yes ordinary omo NDC for no.
Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa. Ese Ghana for a omo consular Ghanaian consulate. Ya kan consular no a go be by diplomatic relations no. Se onu o man bi ewo twaka ese utimi ene nipa nya ayonkofa bi it said the US for omo embassy
So mostly either you qualify yours as consular or embassy, any one of them. So yes, Ghana embassy in US shut down over corruption scandal. Is Okudzeto black one normal? Like honorable minister, with the greatest of respect, are you normal? You shut down a whole. So it's like saying let's shut down the government of Ghana because there is corruption. Because a consular, embassy, it is presumed that it is the government of Ghana in that nation. It is a woody bonibi. Nasi ye pawacho. Na ujania huri even Ghana embassy no. A walla. The walls of Ghana per Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. A warning na ye Ghana. Oko Italy. Baby even the ambassador on it is not considered Italy. Baby ambassador here. It is not considered America. Baby ambassador here. Ghana ambassador here. England. It is not considered England. Ghana. By diplomatic relations, baby a Ghana as consular na embassy biano, and by diplomatic relations, a buy now or say America, say Ghana, only can be a sort of without their permission. It's Ghana embassy in Washington, US embassy, US government. We need to be a embassy because that place is considered a Ghanaian soil, though it's US.
Exactly.
So, a embassy, do they issue only visas? No, they don't issue only visas. Beyond issuance of visa. It is a Okudzeto beka say a year obi ako create website. Our website, a lead to an only website, and for that matter, we're closely a year the whole embassy down. Come and tell us that no person will use microphone flow because we did some MPP for. Now, person don't call for sure. Don't come and tell us. And on top of it, he's declared all of them say they should come back home and declare them persona non grata. So when we say somebody has been declared as persona non grata, it means on the home state, So there be a home state and a host state. So Ghana is a home state for a year the embassy of US and US the host state. Now when you declare one kasa, there is diplomatic immunities. Obi a diplomatic agent. Say ambassador. Say more consulate. They are immune from even bonis. They cannot be tried in that state. They must be brought back to Ghana by virtue of their diplomatic immunity. So the moment you declare those people persona non gratis, what you have told the host nation is that those people you don't care about them anymore.
Exactly.
So how can a foreign minister be so reckless? Say you born in the world say you da sorry. Foreign minister say who corruption war a foreign affairs you can say embassy in US and for that matter we're closing the whole consulate down. I can't tell microphone so now are you normal? How do you behave like this? Is this diplomatic relations? And Mr. Minister, you are no more in a campaign mode. First of all, say we a minister of state for the foreign affairs. The way our behavior should be different. And yet then still I would do personal Facebook page and announce a official happy war. What kind of nonsense is this? Minister of state official duties, official releases, and you are using your personal Okudzeto page to release official information about a whole ministry. Mr. Minister, what kind of craziness is this? And then the MLD nations are. So in effect, we can the social media handles of the ministry, whilst using that to build on what kind of nonsense is this? So Kofi, Okodru consular, Omo issue visas, not just visas. Say Intel, your friend be picking of Intel, US embassy Omohai, and your man is issue visa Magana from Beyond that, they pick Intel, they exchange note verbals with a nation. You can note verbala, say BBC quickly or met me and beyond that. It is the duty of the embassy to take care of all Ghanaian citizens in US. So aside the issuance of visa, aside the say omo epic intel, because here BBC or Washington, na se Ghana for be ya, you from be spying, they make a nation be a just that obia nyin to say me ye. Now so nation be a spy on another nation. Say they be obet me a pick security intelligence. So omo free be a opinion jurist. Opinion jurist ni yes ade anyamra. Nemo mu ye nyina ya dia tum si ye yenti no. Abeye by convention. Nemo medru spying na. No nation want to accept that he is spying on another. Eti wo behwe na French ambassador ye otwa mu yi. No any musicians ye free. No any one mu ye free. They thought they like she likes them. Onye so like you. But oni mu di nkomo a obe pick intelligence nketenkete bi na o feed man ni home nation. It is our embassy, our US. Now see my shutting it down. Are you normal? Because of corruption. What is wrong with us? Okudzeto ablakwa. Moya nyoma buga basa. So now who is speaking intelligence from Washington to Ghana? When you have shut down the consulate or the embassy, who is speaking intelligence from what kind of nonsense is this? It is a Ghana near what is here or Washington. What closing it down on. And by virtue of a diplomatic relation, Ghana knew what children as what me back a Ghana embassy one within the period now was shutting the embassy down. She said Ghana knew what children what kind of recklessness, and you are behaving like a dictator. Meanwhile, you were a foreign affairs minister. Kovi, your friend be diplomacy. When you talk about diplomacy, Zwai law, a Chinese general be a worker. What can be? Because diplomacy is the continuation of war through other means. So what do you do? Must be on the table. Obia corruption. Processes ben wafaso. What friend on the table? And I see fire. The last resort should be this kekakeka kind of doing things. More fire. If you're a diplomatic agent, and the number one diplomatic agent of our nation is the foreign affairs minister, and you still behave like you're on a campaign trail, what kind of behavior is that? More fire. What's diplomacy way? Diplomatic agents. I also announced say you shut it down embassy because there is corruption. If you want to say that, say that and stop this nonsense of corruption. You shut it down whole for an embassy. More fire. More fire. Oh yes, sir. Other nations view say we over zealous and radical. Exactly. In diplomatic circles, we don't behave the way he's just a foreign affairs minister. Wakes up, goes to the Facebook page and say we've shut down embassy because of corruption. Using on the private and diplomatic number one diplomatic agent with the firm support of President Mahama. I don't know whether, and you see everybody is happy because it's corruption. And now they've seen that Ghanaian people about corruption as well. So they say no, yet will be said, what divert BB war a foreign affairs ministry. Yes, shut the whole foreign affairs ministry because corruption. Are you people normal? Go be. I don't know. What went into that decision? As the number one foreign agent in our nation. As Shadi Timiko Facebook announcing the man without looking at the repercussions of it at the international level. Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, Vienna Conventions on a consular relations. And you're no more on campaign. One answering your Facebook anyhow. Precisely. I like him because now mepe. Tama mepe, but you mean you crowd fire. What do I care? Fire burning. Fire. Fire burning. More fire. What's what be a diverted fans? Quarter fans in each other. Where were you now? We've declared that all of them should come home. Wabwa. Young friend, this is for living Washington. And why you know be bored with a match them so also mobile, you know. One money a year can say Russia and Kita, they are trying to strengthen the relationship between them and Russia. So Mobisa question is this a way of weakening a year? Because Washington, the embassy in Washington, and 1 year need direct relation with the US government. So when you say I've shut it down, direct relation with the US government, Washington. Or behave anyhow. Some Obekaya, catch us as some for me and some woman did your mama by the Omo behavior keka.
Abusua adwumapa on demand service for na eka say adwumapa on demand for say o pese wo di dwuma bia nkankanga fo am wabrochire a obehia nipa didi so ya tilers anansa building constructors fashion designers chese auto mechanic bia o pese wo di say dwuma bia ma no obekọ ye app no so na wa download adwumapa on demand service ayesa so abekọ www.adwumapa on demand service eno so beko ko hu edwumadi edi nyina ne trimopo nyina ne se ye boawo ema wo kokofo obi ana wodi dwuma bi a nipa a wo kokofa no esansa wonnim na kira kwan bia nti no to bi kura nipa na gisika wie wo pen he na hu no adwumapa on demand fo aba ama sa ha nyina afiri ho esansa obi bia ya de be ma so woni dwuma bia ma no ya ye background checks ehu se se nipa yi onim ne wo ye enye kwanchen trefa ni bia wonim de wo ye ene ye fa no edna ma wo na ni gisamba ko omu ne se onipa bia de be ma wo a odi be di dwuma bia no sebe background no sem anase si ebu afa so pa dia enya de besi na wan so san nim se sabe ko soja mumpo a ye wo military police ono so soja ni ochi soja ni eno me kire mu se eye adwumapa on demand for no ye san so supervisors a abre nyina no omko rounds eko check se adwuma na nipa no de beda ye no sa pepepe ene ye no na se adwumapa on demand de omama adwuma no aye simple se bibi ni ena onte ase ampacho no afa numbers no aye gusuo no no afre